All right, guys. So you know me, man. I'm a type of person. I don't really want to say, I told you so. I'm not that type. Like when you tell somebody something and then they do it and then you're like, bro, like, I told you so. And that's kind of like, dog, like, of course you want to beat somebody when they down. But I just want to say, I told you so. So a lot of people were like, yo, like talking about some bigger builds are going to be more viable and, like you're going to be taller and be able to get the ability to dribble and this and that. And now we got people in the comment section talking about some, everybody's saying the builder is the same from last year, this and that. And I'm like, listen, man, everybody calm down. Let as usual, looks like I'm gonna have to spoon feed it to you. The big way that you're gonna be able to do this is through the cap breakers, okay? So we know about the cap breakers, and if you make a build that has no dribbling, you could use those cap breakers to be able to get, the extra 15 for one cap breaker. Remember, so for the higher rated abilities you have on your player build, it'll be +1+1+1. But for your lower rated abilities, it'll start off like a +15 and work its way up. So, like I've been saying, if you are a tall build, and let's say, for instance, you are tall, like you want to be a slashing type, defending type build, you don't have much into your dribbling at all you have to do is just get those cap breakers and then upgrade that, 35 ball handle, use those cap breakers and get it up to like a 70, right? Use that 15, 12, just keep working your way all the way up. Now, the catch is going to be, and again, like I tell people all the time, you're going to have to look at the actual builder and figure out, how much weight, wingspan you need to have, because the cap breakers are only going to upgrade available space. So what I mean by that is saying, for instance, like it's an easy example right here, okay? If you have major build and you have no driving dunk at all, and the only max that you can get out of it is a 35, then you're not able to go past 35, right? Your cap breakers are not gonna allow you to go past whatever your build made, okay? So what I'm saying is that you have to make sure if you make your build that the available space to be able to dribble is there. So you'll be able to upgrade that. And then by doing that, obviously that means you'll be able to get a build that is tall, that can be able to dribble and do it all. I highly recommend you use those cap breakers or those empty spaces to really, truly make demigod builds by just focusing on that. All right. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come with methods of how to make the build the best build and all these new cap breakers and all these new badges and takeover. There's a lot of stuff that's happening around you when it comes to the builder. But understand this, to make a true demigod build, you're going to have to make sure that you use your cap breakers to get you over that edge. Now, let's talk about something else, like the two-way slashing playmaker, okay? The two-way slashing playmaker, when I say that that's going to be a really dope build, well, guess what? You can do the same exact mindset, all right? Focus on playmaking, focus on defense, focus on slashing, and then use those cap breakers to be able to get that three-point shot up. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all understand what I'm talking about here, okay? Because the cap breakers, again, like I said in the beginning, if this is not one of the primary aspects of your build and you neglected shooting, the cap breakers, when you have those spaces, is not going to say +1. It's going to say +15. So then you automatically get that 50 3-point shot, and you do +15, it's going to be a 65. So you can continue to work it up to where you have like a 70-something 3-ball. The question is, like I've been saying from day one, is that I'm still up in the air as far as, is a 75 going to be good enough to be able to shoot threes consistently from the guard spot? There's only one thing I'm missing right now in this whole puzzle is if the stamina is going to adjust your release. See, the reason why in previous 2Ks it was so easy to shoot wasn't just because, 2K made it easy to shoot. It was because the shot timing was the same every time. So no matter, and it was a pure green window, so you can green every shot. You just had to be able to find a shot or a base that was really good. And that's why people, you know, in 2K19, we were using like, it was like base 19, like the little, you know, or we had that big, was like base, you know, the one where we jumped really high in the air, you floated, and it was a slow releasing shot, but it was easy to time in the corner. But that's what it was. But there was no dynamic movement as far as the shot timing and the meter, right? So that is the last missing piece. If we are able to have the same release, and I don't want to hear anything about these cheaters. I did a video on that already. I mean, it's a very small percentage of cheaters. Let's not mess it up for the 99% of the community because of the 1% that wants to cheat. If there is still, if the distance of the shot and stamina matters when it comes to your jump shot, then it's really going to kill that. Only people that's going to be really be able to shoot consistently with a low 3 ball would be individuals that are just sitting corner, like a lockdown, which I'm going to get into next. Because a pure red lockdown from the older 2Ks, if you make something similar to that and then just use your cap breakers to upgrade that shot to around a 65, 70, now you're going to be able to hit those shots consistently in the corner. I really do not believe centers at any way, shape, or form would be a hindrance as far as a pure inside, because you could have the ability to be able to shoot by using this new cap breaker method of getting the lower tier aspect of your build and upgrading it. So again, there is still a little bit of confusion here, because I know when I looked at the actual builder, the video that they gave, and for some reason, shape, or form, the shooting only gave you +1s. So I do not know if for some reason, shape, or form, it's only going to be, you know, tailored to a position, because the video that we saw was a guard, but it had high playmaking and all that type of sort. But when it came to the actual finishing, you saw the cap breakers, you could really go crazy on it. So I don't know if it's only certain categories, which I doubt. So again, that's something that once I find out, I will do another video and let you know. But what I'm letting you know right now is that the cap breaker system is the system that is really going to make some crazy, insane, dynamic builds to where you really have to just bank on your cap breakers. So what it really means at the end of the day is that initially you just make a build that's meant to grind, and then once you get to that sweet spot with your cap breakers and you feel like you have enough, then you can make these very, you know, beautiful, unique builds that, you know, you're like, yo, like it has no, this is my center build, it has no ability to dribble, I'm gonna use my cap breakers, I finally have enough to be able to do that. But remember, cap breakers are not gonna be available in the beginning. You're gonna have to work your way up. You're gonna have to hit like vet 2 to get like, you know, you gotta work your way up to be able to get those initial, you know, 10 to 15 cap breakers to truly make a build. You know, I know for me, I'm not somebody that's gonna be trying to grind to legend, so I need to find that sweet spot of what rep I need to hit to get my cap breakers and make these really unique builds, and that can be tall and dribble, or a lockdown that can shoot, or a center, or a pure inside that can shoot. Those are going to be the builds that are going to be really, really good demigods, because if you take one aspect out of the build and that wasn't supposed to do that in the first place, and then you'll make it and it's able to shoot, that's when you're going to make some demigod builds, man. But hopefully that explains what I've been talking about. Let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about this? But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon with the banger, man. You know, when I say back soon with the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.